All right, everybody. Get ready for a deep dive that's going to take us straight into the world of aircraft maintenance technicians.
It's a pretty amazing field.
It really is, and we've got a ton of RoleCatcher resources to help us explore what it takes to succeed in this career.
Definitely a career path that requires a lot of dedication.
No doubt about it. So let's jump right in. This isn't your typical mechanic job, right?
Not at all. The RoleCatcher guide actually does a great job of breaking down how complex the work is. We're talking about aircraft systems, hydraulics, pneumatics, avionics.
Whoa, okay. That's a lot more than I was picturing.
Right. It's like you're not just fixing a car, you're responsible for these massive machines with thousands of parts.
And those machines need to be in tip-top shape every single time they leave the ground.
Absolutely. And that's where the whole safety first mentality comes in. The guide really emphasizes that.
Makes sense. There's no room for error when you're dealing with people's lives.
Exactly. You have to follow strict FAA regulations, keep meticulous records of every repair, every inspection.
It's a huge responsibility.
It is, but that's why it's such a rewarding career. And it's not just about wrenches and grease anymore either.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask about that. The guide mentioned something about the tech side of things.
It's true. These days, you need to be as comfortable with software as you are with a socket set.
Wow, really? Like what kind of software are we talking about?
Well, there are computerized maintenance management systems, CMMS for tracking maintenance schedules, and even aircraft health management systems, AHMS.
Aircraft health management systems. What do those do?
They basically monitor the plane's systems in real time, kind of like a Fitbit for an airplane.
That's incredible. So you're telling me these technicians are analyzing data, troubleshooting complex software. It's like a whole other level of expertise.
Exactly. It's a highly skilled profession, and it comes with its own set of rewards and challenges.
I bet. Let's talk about those rewards first. The guide mentioned something about high earning potential and job stability.
That's right. Because the aviation industry is always evolving and growing, there's a constant need for skilled aircraft maintenance technicians.
So it's a secure career path with good earning potential. That's a pretty sweet deal.
It is, but it's not all sunshine and roses. The guide is honest about the demanding nature of the job.
What do you mean?
Well, we're talking long hours, working in all kinds of weather conditions, and the pressure of staying up to date in a constantly evolving field.
So it's not a 9-to-5 desk job, that's for sure.
Definitely not. You need to be adaptable, have a strong work ethic, and a real passion for aviation.
It sounds like it takes a special kind of person to thrive in this field.
I'd say so, but for those who are up for the challenge, it's an incredibly rewarding career.
Okay, so it takes a special kind of person and a lot of training, I imagine.
You got it. The guide actually lays out a pretty clear career ladder, starting with the entry-level role.
Like an apprenticeship.
Kind of. You're learning the ropes, assisting experienced technicians, really getting familiar with those FAA regulations.
They'll go get all in.
Exactly. Lots of hands-on experience. You work your way up, prove your skills.
And then what?
Then you move up to the intermediate level. That's where things get interesting.
How so?
Well, you're not just shadowing anymore. You're taking on more responsibility, doing more complex repairs, maybe even supervising those entry-level techs.
So you're the one calling the shots.
In a way, yeah. The guide really emphasizes critical thinking at this stage.
Makes sense. You've got to be able to diagnose problems, troubleshoot systems.
Exactly. And make sure those repairs are done right, on time, and within those strict FAA guidelines.
No room for error.
Not when you're dealing with aircraft. But keep climbing that ladder, and you reach the top. Senior aircraft maintenance technician.
The veterans of the field.
That's them. Years of experience, seen it all, fixed it all. Now they're mentoring the next generation.
Passing on the torch.
Exactly. They're not just fixing planes anymore either. They're managing operations, developing safety protocols.
Wow, they're like the masterminds behind the scenes.
Pretty much. The guide even mentions them collaborating with engineers on aircraft design modifications.
No way. So they have a hand in shaping the future of aviation.
In a way, yeah. It just goes to show how much respect and influence a senior technician has.
That's incredible. So to reach that level, it's clear experience is key. But what about certifications?
Ah, yes. The guide is very clear. You won't get far in this field without the proper certifications.
Specifically, the FAA's airframe and power plant certification, right?
Bingo! That AMT certification, that's the gold standard.
What makes it so important?
Well, it's proof. Proof that you have the knowledge and skills to keep those planes flying safely.
It's like the difference between having a driver's license and just knowing how to drive, right?
Exactly. Anyone can say they know how to fix an airplane, but that FAA certification, that's what proves you have the real-world skills to back it up.
It really is like that driver's license, huh? It gives
Yeah.
you the credibility.
Exactly. It's that stamp of approval from the FAA shows you're the real deal.
And speaking of the real deal, the guide mentioned something interesting about the age of the aircraft fleet being a factor.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. A lot of those planes flying today have been in service for a while,
Decades, even.
which means they need even more maintenance, more frequent inspections.
So there's a growing demand for skilled technicians who can handle those older aircraft.
Exactly. It's a unique challenge working on those older models.
I bet. It's like being a mechanic and a historian all rolled into one.
Right. You're keeping aviation history alive.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the skills, the certifications, the challenges. What really stands out to you as the most important thing for someone considering this career?
That's a good question. I'd say passion. You gotta love aviation, have a real fascination with how things work.
Because it's not just a job, it's a commitment.
Exactly. It's long hours, constant learning, always adapting to new technologies.
And speaking of new technologies, the guide did mention automation starting to play a role in aircraft maintenance.
Yeah, that's the future of the field, no doubt. AI, diagnostics, robots assisting with repairs.
It's amazing to think about.
It really is. But it also means that technicians need to be adaptable, willing to learn new skills.
To stay ahead of the curve.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
an evolving field, and those who embrace those changes, they're the ones who will really soar.
I like that soar. It's a perfect way to sum up this career path. It's demanding, it's challenging, but for those with a passion for aviation and a drive to succeed, it offers a chance to truly take flight.
Well said. Couldn't agree more.
And there you have it, folks, our deep dive into the world of aircraft maintenance technicians. A career that's as complex as the machines they work on and just as rewarding.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep exploring those career paths and remember the sky's the limit.